Alright, welcome to Country Boy Classics. Today's video is going to be on this 87 F-150 here. Two-wheel drive, but I got it lifted to look like a four-wheel drive. So this truck here, my granddaddy actually bought new, and he pulled his camper with it. And it was actually his and his brother's together. One would go camping one weekend, and the other would go camping the next. But anyway, it's two-wheel drive. It's got the 351 Windsor V8 in it. And I assume it's got heavy-duty springs in the back. I think it was like a trailer package or something. And the reason I think that is because as high as it sat in the back end when it was stock, interior's in good shape. It's going to ding when I open the door because I got the key in the ignition. It's dirty in here right now. Keep that towel on the seat so I don't mess the seat up. But anyway, I did put in an aftermarket radio. It doesn't fit the best in the world. Maybe in the future I'll try to make it fit better or get a one that looks more original. And of course you got to have a CB radio. People say that CB radio is dead, but I talk to a bunch of people. There's a good group of people around here that talk on the radio. And of course it's not so much, talking to people on the road as local people. If I slide this seat or, lean this seat to the front, you can see my radio speaker back there. And then if you know what that is, that's a linear amplifier for the CB radio. So like I said, this truck is two-wheel drive. And it had hubcaps on it, just standard steel rims with hubcaps. So one of the first things I did to the truck whenever I started changing stuff was took the original rims off. And my uncle had a truck that had mag rims on it, the factory ones. He got it as a parts truck, but the rims are in good shape. They might need polishing or something, but they're in pretty good shape. So I got them and put on it. And that changed the whole look of the truck in itself. I put that toolbox in the back of it. It didn't always have a toolbox. That changed the look of it some too. And then over, or last Christmas, I guess around that time period, I put a 4-inch lift rough country on the front. And you can see the new springs and shocks. And I had to put those drop brackets on everything, drop them down 4 inches. And I didn't even have to do anything to the back. Like I was saying on the suspension, I think it's got heavy springs in the back. And it sits level now, actually an inch higher in the front, which I don't mind. It doesn't look squatted. I mean, you can tell just a little bit. I kind of like the look of the front end sitting up just a little bit, but it's definitely not squatted. Just the front end just a little tad high. Now, of course, if you hook a trailer to it, it's going to mash the back end down some. But I don't do a whole lot of trailer pulling with it. Now, of course, whenever you put a lift on the thing, it messes the alignment up. And it's good now. I had it aligned. I took it to one place, and they said all they could do was the toe in and toe out on the thing, and they did that, but it just didn't drive right. You had to fight it to keep it on the road, and it would generally go straight, but it just didn't feel right. So I took it to a off-road place, and they were able to adjust the caster and camber, and it drives good now. And you can tell a little bit of difference from factory because of the bigger tires, but it drives good. Of course, you got to have your fuzzy dice on any vehicle that's old. And the bracket for the CB radio, I got to paint it. I need to take it off and paint it and seal it where it won't leak water in the toolbox. But anyway, just took a piece of flat metal and bent it, made me a little plate and mounted to it. And that is a full 102-inch whip antenna, and you see how high it sits on the cab. It doesn't hit power lines that I found, except for one like going to a house. I have hit a power line like that before, which has insulated wire on those power lines. One thing I do like about it is it's got the towing mirrors on it. It didn't, I mean, with two-wheel drive look, it looked okay. But now that it's sitting up higher, those towing mirrors they look real good. We had them turned in previously just so it wouldn't be as wide, but to me they look good turned out. And I go back to the interior a minute. Seats in this original seat cover, it's starting to get a little bit of wear on it, and it's faded a little bit. You can put the console down and see how it's faded. One thing it does need is window seals, and I've got them. I just haven't had a chance to put them on. And I'll probably eventually have the windows tinted some. Of course, it just being a standard cab truck, and that back glass right there, that sun will beat in on you. And even though the air conditioner works good, it still just beats in on you. It's got 2 fuel tanks, and they both worked up until very recently. I carried it down to Myrtle Beach to the Run to the Sun car show, and I thought I was getting real good gas mileage. I just put a Holley carburetor on it, and Edelbrock. Sorry, I took Holley off and put an Edelbrock on it, and the gas gauge didn't move the whole way down there or the whole way back. So I said, well, this carburetor has really fixed it. So I got back, filled the front tank up, which is what I was pulling out of, and put 10 gallons in it, and that averaged out to be 21 miles to the gallon. And I couldn't believe that. I mean, you can't get mileage like that out of a truck like this. And I put gas in the back tank, and it took 11 gallons to fill it up. So I wound up getting about 10.5 to 11 miles to the gallon. The fuel selector switch or valve had gone bad, and it was sucking out of both tanks. And then it went completely bad and starved it of fuel. So right now what I've got done, and I'll see if I can get down under here and show it, is I put an inline fuel filter. Fuel pump. It's got a filter there too. Inline fuel pump, and I'm just pulling out of the front tank. And I actually wired the pump to the selector valve wires. But anyway, that is good enough for now. I'm only pulling out of the front tank. I put a cheap Chinese fuel pump on there, and it did not work. It lasted a couple of weeks. I replaced it with another one. It lasted 30 seconds, so I went ahead and bought an Edelbrock pump. And so far, so good on that. You can see all the water running out of the air conditioner. And I'm going to pop the hood and show you under the hood, and then I think I'll wrap this video up. That most of the time on Fords, that there stays in good shape, but this one here, I don't know if a rock hit it or what, and it kind of cracked it. Okay, and this is under the hood. So it's 5.8 liter 351 Windsor, and it was rebuilt probably 25 years ago. But ever since it was rebuilt, it's burned oil like crazy, and it should have been carried back to where it was rebuilt at and had it fixed, but it wasn't. It burns a quart of oil every 100 miles and does not smoke. And it drips a drop of oil, but it doesn't leak like crazy. And evidently it's burning it, but not smoking. And it just burns oil like crazy. We changed the intake gasket thinking that might have been it, but it still burns it. The original carburetor needed rebuilding, so Daddy tried to rebuild it several years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago, and stripped a screw out on it. So we put a Holley on it, and it ran good for a while, but then it started flooding out like Holleys do. So I got an Edelbrock and put on it. The exhaust was replaced not too terribly long ago, I was driving it down to the beach, started getting sleepy, and like, well, I'm not tired, why am I getting sleepy? And crawled under it, and the muffler looked like a cheese grater. Whether it was actually making me sleepy or in my head, I don't know. So we just had the exhaust replaced a few years ago, just a factory muffler, or not factory, but a quiet muffler. Yeah, the tires are 33-inch mud tires, Wild Tracks, Land Spider tires, and they weren't that expensive. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for them, but they were not bad. So I think the last thing I'll do for this video is crank it up and let you hear it run, and then we'll call it a video. So hope you enjoyed. God bless you, and please consider subscribing.